Okay folks, it is a nice 7:20 a.m. in the morning on a Thursday, and I'm making dough balls for Saturday evening at 6 p.m. So I have 6 dough balls, 280 grams. We're going for 70% hydration, 3% salt. I'm going for 10 hours leavening at room temperature at 18 degrees and 38 hours at 3 degrees. And this time I'm going for some liquid sourdough. So what I'm going to do now, the reason why I'm starting this so early, is I'm going to autolyze the flour. So I'm taking the 823 grams of flour and I am taking the 526 grams of water less 10%. So that's 52.6 grams off that. I'm going to take that and I'm going to autolyze it in the mixer now, throw it all in the fridge and then leave that till roughly 6 p.m. tonight, maybe a bit before, probably about 5:30 when I start. And that's what I'm going to do. And I've already got bubbling away large quantities of dough, sourdough, which you can see is starting to grow and ferment. That's where it was last night when I went to bed, and it's pretty much doubled. I'm probably going to try and feed that again today, and see if I can get another feed in there to give it a bit of a kick. I'll admit I haven't fed this for probably a week. It has been in the fridge, so it should be all right. We'll see how bubbly it gets later on. And that's what I'm going to do now. So the next thing is just literally to autolyze the flour. So first things I'm going to do is just chuck in the water. So this has got no yeast in it, no salt. I'm going to put in a portion of the flour to get the ball rolling. Head in. Tighten up the 2 nuts on the side. All we're interested in doing is just incorporating the flour and the water, nothing else. We don't care about temperatures, we don't care about anything like that. Okay, let's add some more in. That's a lot. This is going to be quite dense for it, so I'm not going to have it going crazy. Just make sure we've got it all from the sides. Feels like a bit of a, it is very dense actually. Feels a bit like bigger. Okay. Get that bit there as well. Okay, that'll do. I'm just attempting to see if we can reduce the amount of minutes it needs to mix later on. In my next video I'm going to be doing the 80% again, over 48 hours, but I'm going to autolyze this dough next time, because the previous time I did that, it took something like 48 minutes before the dough got together and felt good. I'm hoping autolyzing will reduce that. So what I'm going to do now is just going to cover this up with some cling film and throw it in the fridge, so that when we do come to make the dough afterwards, everything's pretty much as cold as it can be. Okay, let's have a quick look at this sourdough. Yep, it looks good. Plenty of bubbles. Awesome. So I need 330 grams of this. So I expect that's quite a bit, mainly because of the long proof. But I'm hoping that will give the dough some serious sour taste with so much sourdough in it. So let's try it. Okay, let's get the show on the road. So this is what we autolyzed this morning. I managed to wrap the whole thing in cling film. It feels very, very cold, which is because it's been in the fridge, but I think I'm going to have to do that job where we break it into bits, because it's very dense at the moment. So that's what I'll do. First thing I'm going to do now is just chuck all the spare water in. That's all the extra water I was going to add. Just thought I'd keep some behind, because I know most of the because most of the hydration is going to come from the sourdough itself at the moment, I think. So let's just get this docked. For some reason, might be because of all this. I haven't looked in the bowl, that's why. Okay. So, timer at the ready. I don't know whether I should just bang in the sourdough now, all of it. Might as well. So I've got my 333 grams of sourdough, and there she goes. Just got a spatula to get it all out of the tub. Quite a lot. I don't think I've ever had this much sourdough before in a pizza dough. Get the rest out. Okay. That's pretty much got all of it. Trouble with this stuff is, if you ever leave it on anything, it sets rock hard after a bit of time. Okay, so reset the timer, get that down, and we'll start it on a slow speed and start the timer. It looks quite hydrated now with all that starter on top of it, which is good. Not too much for the machine. Crank it up a little bit. Looking good. A bit of a clump around the breaker bar, which I might have to get rid of in a minute. I forgot to mention, I think the flour is the Manitoba. It's the last bag of it I've got in at the moment. But I've got some other new flour to try in some future videos, which should be interesting. Right, I'm going to get that bit off the breaker bar there because it looks to be just building up and not actually doing anything. Stop the timer. It's quite thick, that, quite a thick chunk. That was going nowhere. Okay. Timer's on. So we've been going 2 minutes 30 now. Thermometer gun. So already seeing, well, 14 degrees. Soon warms it up, that mixer. Considering it's been in the fridge for like, I don't know, since 7:30 this morning, and it's now 5 o'clock in the evening. Three and a half minutes now on the mix. Got another clump building up in the middle. Try and speed it up a touch. There it goes. It's already starting to get a bit of a pumpkin shape to it, which is quite good already. Wow. 16 degrees now. Yeah, it's already starting to take shape looking at that. Wow, look at that. That was pretty quick. 4 minutes into it. Well, 4.5 minutes. Wow, look at that. That's brilliant. That's impressive stuff. Right, let's just stop it and have a quick look. So 4 minutes 54 seconds. Wow, look at that. It's very tacky. Still needs a lot to do on it, but it's building strength already. Let's get it going again. Feels like glue. Bowl's clean. That's a good sign. Right, I think what we'll do is I'm going to let that settle for a bit. Give it a few minutes to just rest, I think. Don't want to over mix it. So we'll give it 5 minutes and then see how it fares. Okay, so we've had about 5 minutes pass. Let's give this a quick buzz around and see how it goes. Whoa, look at that, it's like silk. Temperature is 17 degrees. Yeah, that's looking really nice. Okay, so we've nearly been running for 7 minutes. At 7 minutes I'll stop it and have a quick look at it. Okay, that's 7 minutes. Seriously tacky, but look at that. It is very, very tacky. It's getting there. I think it needs a little bit longer. It is like chewing gum. I've never, well, I have had it like this before in the past, but it must be the sourdough that's making it tackier than normal. I mean, it is very, very sticky. Right, definitely looks a bit like chewing gum in the sun. Okay, we'll keep it going for a bit longer, see if we can get it a bit smoother. Wash my hands, it's like glue. I hope the weather gets a bit better for weekend for cooking some pizzas in, because we're in the middle of this blooming storm now and everywhere's flooding and so on. Let's hope it gets a bit better, because even though my oven's under that shelter, it's actually soaking wet. Okay, this is like we've been going 8 minutes now. I might just get a little bit of water to... Hey, just spotted something. Salt. Flipping heck. Nearly had another bad one then. Let's get it in. Keep missing the salt out these days. Well, that's it, it's in now anyway. Right, I think I'm going to let this stop for a bit and rest now that salt's in there. That's the time I stopped, 8 minutes 59. Okay, so we've given it another 5 minutes. Let's just give it a quick spin round. Actually, I won't do. Let's have a quick look at it. We might not need to do any more. I've just slightly wet my fingers because it's really tacky. It's getting there. That I think it could do a little bit more, perhaps. It just feels like it could go slightly stronger. All right, so let's get it rolling. Timer's on. We're looking at 19 degrees. Ooh, some gas built up in there already. It's looking good. I'm a bit cautious, I don't want to overdo it. So I'll have another quick look at it now. Timer off. It is looking very, very smooth. Very smooth. Slightly damp fingers. It's definitely getting there. I'll leave it a bit longer. So mix time so far is just coming up to 11 minutes right now, which is pretty good. I think the autolysing is definitely helping. That's looking very smooth now. Right. Let's have another look. Just don't want to overdo it. I think that's fine. That now. Look at that. That's good enough for me. It's opened up quite well. I think it will rip if I think it was surprising. Just a couple more minutes, and yeah, it will do if you do it wide enough. But yeah, I think that's fine. It's got quite a bit of strength to it now. Great stuff. I'll get it out of the bowl and I'll put it in another bowl, cling wrap it, and throw it in the fridge. Okay, just to show you the strength, I reckon this will just pull right out now. Oh yeah, beautiful. Okay, there she is, ready to go. I must say that is quite smooth. And that was the total result, 11 minutes and 16 seconds of mixing. That's pretty short compared to what I've had the other week when it went into like 48 minutes, but that was an 80% hydration. I'll be doing that again well, next week, hopefully, if I get some Manitoba in. I'll be doing 80% and autolysing again for a good few hours, but that looks quite nice. So I'll wrap that up now and we'll let it go. The only other thing to mention that I did do that was slightly different about this mixture was I used the pizza wrap, as you know, but I have noticed that you can add somewhere, where is it, wastage. So I added an extra 2% on, so that bumps everything up by 2%, just so that you've got room for stuff sticking to utensils and stuff sticking to the side of bowls and things like that. So at the end of the day, as long as you get 6 280 gram balls out of it, that's all that matters. Right, we'll leave this for, what was I say it was? 36 hours, was it? 38 hours? 38 hours in the fridge. Bingo. Okay, so it is now 11:30 a.m. on Saturday. So this stuff's been going for quite a while now. It's got roughly 6.5 hours left to go. It's looking like it's growing quite well. So we need to just get this stuff balled. Ooh. Quick look inside. Oh yeah, look at that. Maybe this is going to be a bit more puffier than I thought it was going to be. Sourdough isn't normally puffy. I'm just going to get some water, I think, because I've got a feeling this is going to be sticking to my hands like mad. Okay, so I'm just going to slightly dampen my hands. It's got some good bubbles in it, that. Scales of bananas. Right, reset. Okay, that's 246, 277, 283. Slightly wet my hands again. It's got some gas in it. Can you hear it popping? Yeah, feels good. Still feels cold. It has been out of the fridge since 8 o'clock this morning. It still feels cool. But yeah. Okay, I'll get that done to the rest of them. Okay, there we go. All balled up, ready for tonight. Glad I added the extra 2% for wastage in, because they all ended up being pretty much bang on 280 and nothing left at all. So that was good that I put the extra 2% on. Okay, let's leave these at room temperature now, and we'll see what they look like later on. Okay, let's have a look. Ta-da! Not bad. Come out all right. Slightly puffed up. Nowhere near as puffed up as last week's, but they look good. Let's get one out, see what it's like. Okay. Not bad. There's a nice aroma with them. You can definitely smell the dough. When you get it out, it feels quite gassy as well. Gassier than I've had in the past with sourdough. Feels slightly, I wouldn't say fragile, but it feels like it's not going to need a lot of stretching. That bubble. Wow. Yeah, definitely feels a bit fragile. It's not bad though. Just get a flat bit for some reason. It feels like air. get my spoon. Quite a bit of basil in the sauce again. Okay. Cheese. Some onion. Mushrooms. Quite strong. I took the lid off it. And some pesto chicken. Peel, give it a bit of a stretching out. Wow, it's definitely easy to stretch. Okay, I think that's a wrap. Let's get it in the oven. Okay, let's have a quick temp check. Ooh, a bit warm. 480. Just let a bit of heat out for a second. $450. Okay, let's see. She's off. Horrible whistle with it when I turn it down low, this oven. Oh yeah, that's looking nice. Base feels very fragile. Very fragile. Don't rip the bottom of this, it'll be lucky. That's what I think. Getting that traditional leopard spotting that you get with sourdough. Looks nice though. coming off. I think that's a wrap. Oh yeah, it does look nice. Right, let's get it indoors, cut it. Yeah, that's come out really nice. Got a nice crisp to it. Leoparding, which I know is frowned on in some places, but let's have a look at this big chunk. Looking forward to tasting it. Oh yeah, that's come out really nice. Can't argue with that. Look at that. Quick underneath shot, looks alright. Probably could have done with a bit more on the bottom, but... So, this is the bit that I want to try. Not had sourdough for quite a while, so... Oh yeah, it's definitely sour. It's very sour actually. Really sour that. It's obviously been affected by the quantity of sourdough put in it, but it has got quite a sour taste to it. It's not unpleasant, but it's definitely definitely not what I'm used to on a crust. It's got a slight smell to it as well. Oh yeah, very nice. So hope you enjoyed that. It's a nice pizza. If you haven't got any sourdough, there's some good online tutorials of how to start it. It's not difficult. It takes about a week and a half or something or another. So give it a try. It's definitely worth doing. And on that note, thanks for watching. See you next week.